Hey, what's going on, everyone? And it's Friday, and what do you know? We're back again 2 weeks in a row.
I know, can you believe it?
It's
2
amazing.
weeks.
Usually we do it once a month, but here we are, 2 weeks back in a row, 2 shows, 1 month, and it's just going to get better from here.
I know, because some people have said that they can't wait a whole month to see us again.
Yeah, so we're going to do special nights.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to some of the guests we have coming on, but tonight we have an amazing guest.
Yes.
We have Neal Gibbons from Graveside Paranormal Ghost Tours based in Chicago. Can't wait to get this on the road. He's got some amazing photos to show us, some evidence, and some video of some EVPs captured. So for everyone listening and watching right now, let's bring him on. Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. I'm just happy to be here.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. And, it's your stage. Tell them about yourself.
Oh, about myself, man. Oh, geez. Well, my name's Neal Gibbons. I run a ghost tour company called Graveside Paranormal Ghost Tours out of the Chicagoland area. It's my 11th year of doing it. I take people on a 4.5-hour ghost tour throughout the whole Chicago, well, not the whole southwest suburbs of Chicagoland area. We have bars and restaurants on board. We usually take out anywhere between 40 to 50 people on a nightly basis on Fridays and Saturday nights.
Wow.
And I started this going on 11 years, like I said. This was actually how this all began for me, was that it was kind of like a dare. I worked for the Sheriff's Department for 30 years.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm retired now.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
Thank you. And out of 22 of those years, I worked in the psych division. I dealt with psych criminals for 22 of those years. And we'd have a good group of people. You're going to find out that a lot of people who are in law enforcement, nurses, doctors, and stuff like that, especially if you're on the midnight shift, everybody loves the paranormal, the supernatural, and this and that, and the weird. And so we would, back in the 90s, we would listen to the show Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell, right?
Yep.
And we'd listen to it, and we'd just get so immersed inside of the stories that he would put forth. Yeah, some people are a little wacky, a little weird, but you know what? You appreciate it for 4 hours to get you through a shift. Things that you really were interested in, like anything from ghosts like you and I are.
Yep.
Or anything like cryptids or UFOs like some other people are, which I'm all everything, really. But it was something. And so one day we were just started talking at work, and I knew a lot of the paranormal things that were going on in Chicagoland area, right? So one of the ladies, she said to me, she goes, "Neal, you should start your own tour company." And I said, nah. And then every now and then we talk about it, and then it became a thing. And I got this guy, I found this old prison bus. And it said Chicago Convicts on it. The guy made this party bus. It was basically
That's awesome.
Go out, have a good time, have girls on board, with pole dancing and all kinds of stuff, right?
Sign me up.
Sign me up, right?
I'm married.
You're married, yes. Yeah.
So the thing is that, but we converted, we didn't have no pole dancers. We had, it was all just a ghost tour. And everybody had a great time.
You might have had pole dancers, but you didn't see them.
Yeah, you never know, man.
I may have mind blown on that one.
Yeah, an ethereal pole dancer. You never know, man.
Hey, you never know.
That's exciting.
Yeah, if we saw her.
Hey, new tour ideas.
New way
You
to
never
stab
know,
us in
right?
our back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you never know. But that's how it all got started. And like I said, we take people on a 4.5 hour tour. I tell people, Chicagoland area, it is hopping, man. It has so much paranormal activity that happens. I take people out, and I tell people all day long, all night long, take pictures, take pictures. The best thing to do if you want to get real evidence is own a ghost tour company. Because now you have 40, 50 people taking all these different photos, doing all these different things with the spirit boxes or doing some kind of recording devices. That's where you get your big amount of evidence. And so I've been doing this for a long time, and we're all set up. I just put out our whole agenda for this year on my Facebook site and my website. And so we have a lot of events going on this year, as well as our regular ghost tours that we've been doing for 11 years.
That's awesome. That sounds a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, right. I thought delivering tractors was awesome.
Especially,
Yeah.
I hear a lot of things about Chicago.
If you guys ever come out to Chicagoland area, you know I got you. You guys are gonna
Yeah,
get
that'd be
2 free
awesome.
tickets.
Yeah, I hear a lot of things about Chicago, and it's been another stop that we've always wanted to go to.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Chicago, California.
Yeah, we have some
out there.
stops.
Down in the bayou. I want to go down in the bayou.
Man, I'd like to go to the bayou, man. That would be.
Let me tell you something. Like one of my friends went down, for Mardi Gras and went down south, and they went down in the bayou, and he met some real life witches, dark magic and all that in the bayou out in the sticks. And he goes, I stayed in one hotel. He goes, I'll never stay there again. And I'm like, yeah. So that's one of my.
Yeah, that's probably the place to go. And I understand I've never been there, but from what I heard from my other friends, if you want to go to a place that's real, Brittany. I mean, real, that's the place to go to.
Now, when you do the ghost tours in Chicago, do you have a favorite spot that you'd like to take everybody?
I have a lot of favorite spots, to be honest with you, but one of the most favorite spots is a place called Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. That's in the Chicagoland area. It is the most haunted cemetery in America. If you go ahead and Google it, you'll see that it's actually the most haunted cemetery in America, and it's only 1 acre. It's back in the old Forest Preserves area, all the way in the back. It's only 1 acre long, and there's only maybe anywhere between 99
What's
to
up,
100.
Big Daddy Andrew?
What's up, Big Daddy?
What's that?
I was saying, what's up to Big Daddy?
Yeah,
Andrew.
we're sorry.
Saying hi.
They're all popping up.
Yeah. So this cemetery here has about maybe 104 graves in it.
Okay.
Back in the day, a lot of Native Americans, of course, lived there, Potawatomi tribe. I believe that there's a lot of ley lines there in the Chicagoland area, and I believe in that certain area called Bachelor's Grove that there's a ley line that's there. Back in the 1950s and 60s, people started noticing blue orbs of light bouncing around the cemetery, right?
Oh, wow.
So what's that going to do? That's going to attract anybody and everybody in.
Yep.
The problem is that the ones who just have general interests like you and I, and we just are curious people, it's going to get people who are going to have a lot of malevolent, bad ideas. And what happens is that these people come into there and they try opening up things that they know nothing about, and they try to close things they don't know nothing about. Yep. So there's a form of possession that is happening on the grounds of Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. Think of it like this. These people are coming in here trying to conjure up something, make that special, deal with the devil, whatever you're supposed to be doing. So it starts with, instead of a human host as the one that's going to be possessed, it's the land. So we start with an infestation of these people trying to conjure things and doing animal sacrifices. Think of it as like termites to a tree. When these people are in there, they're going to the tree and it's starting to be broken down, like a human host starts to get the infestation of this entity or inhuman spirit that's trying to take over, right? So then what happens is then it goes to the second thing, the oppression. It's going around, it's breaking down the ground. Instead of a human host, it's the land again. The ground is being broken down from maybe something that was positive from the Potawatomi tribe, Native Americans. It has ley lines. So they make a choice, like each and every one of us makes a choice in life of the things that we do, the deeds that we do, right? So as this is getting broken down, people start getting where they get obsessed with these grounds. And people get obsessed with this cemetery called Bachelor's Grove Cemetery, where they've actually left their jobs and have lived on the land.
Oh, wow.
I know of these individuals.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. And then what happens is that people start getting attachments or possessions because this land is now becoming sour.
Yep.
If people want to Google the Madonna Bachelor's Grove, it's one of the most famous pictures ever. It's called the Madonna of Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. It's where it's a transparent picture of a little, not a little girl, but a lady who's on a tombstone, sitting on a tombstone. It was made by Dale Kaczmarek and his team back in the day. I think it was 1991. And if you Google it, you'll see it's one of the most famous pictures ever. I know Dale. And he actually showed me the real picture of it. It's an amazing picture.
That's
awesome.
There's
a form of possession that's going on there. But at the same time, there might be also something that's very interdimensional that's going on there. There was 2 caretakers who took care of the grounds there. Back in the 1800s, mid-1800s, maybe very early 1900s, there was a caretaker who had a family. And he lived on the grounds, taking care of the grounds and this and that, what needed to be done because there's a lot of farm. He started hearing voices in his head. He had wife and kids. Kill your wife. Kill
wow.
Your kids.
Oh my God.
Kill your kids. And slowly, every single day, he continued to hear these voices as he went through the grounds doing his daily work until one day, just like in Amityville, or as the story goes in Amityville, he went and started killing people, right?
Wow.
He couldn't help himself. And then he hung himself at the entrance of Bachelor's Grove Cemetery.
Oh my God.
There was another man recently who had obsession and was possessed, and I told him that he was possessed. He was taking care of the grounds. He was taking care of it good. Now, this was an intelligent individual. I mean, he was kind of smart, man, and he left his job where he could have been making good money. He was living in a van on the grounds or outside the perimeter fence of the grounds because he was obsessed with being there every single day. He then hung himself as well on the grounds of the Bachelor's Grove or around the grounds of Bachelor's Grove.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so that land's got
it lures people in. And one of the videos that I sent you is I have a thing that's called the Anahata Spirit Portal Box. Where I started noticing when I was using my spirit box is that the replies were backwards. So I put it into Audacity and I reversed, and I ran it forward plane. When we did this, we started getting phrases and words coming out, and it was like nothing I ever heard before when it's forward, or just hearing it like you and I are hearing it right now, right? So the video that I sent you is actually an amazing video, but I think I sent you a longer video. So
you sent me, we actually have it queued up. It's 5 minutes long, but we can play like the first minute of it if you want, or whatever. We can.
I think even the first minute of it, you're going to see. It's an amazing thing. What I try to tell people is when you're going to a lot of these haunted locations, when you're playing your recorders or using recorders to record, and you listen to it, because I kind of hear it, but I don't really understand it. Because sometimes I call it mirror zones, where I believe that these things are talking backwards.
I agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah,
100%. I believe that. I believe that too. There's been times where
we're like, "What is that?
What
saying?
is that?"
We know it's saying something, and then we go, "Well, we can't."
Throw it in reverse, and it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah. So if you do that on your spirit boxes or your recording devices, you're going to start getting answers. A lot of these spirits, and I've gone to a lot of locations, take for instance like spiritualism, right? So a lot of people, they go out there because spiritualism is about wanting to talk to spirits, right? To try to get answers about the great beyond or any special things about the dead, right? And spirits. So I believe that when we're listening to a lot of these things, it's a puzzle. Each and every time we go to a haunted location, we're filling in the gaps. They're trying to get you to figure it out. They're never going to give you direct answers, as in like your total answer, like 2 + 2 = 4.
Yep.
they're going to kind of put you in that puzzle piece so that you figured it out. So when you're hearing these things, and we're going to listen to it in a minute, is that it may be part of a puzzle so that you can put forth the work to try to understand. Because what are we doing? We're out there trying to investigate, right?
Yep.
We're trying to really try to understand what happened on that land or that haunted location. So they're going to give you a little work. They're going to give you a little evidence to work with, but you have to do the work.
Yep, exactly. 100%. All right, we'll cue it up right now. We'll play the first minute of it.
Sounds good.
Man, there's no. Suck with sign. Sing it. Yeah, no, ye. Sure, you've got there one year, man. What's the bad man? Not even about it. You're right, too.
Angel Michael. I'm Cynic.
We are the one. We are the one.
Let me tell you. It's just.
Man, there's no. Well, there was never. Well, that looks. Said I don't so lucky. Said they're fair up to the top, seriously. Seriously. Oh, there's your forget.
Reinforcing.
Hurry, hurry, in now. Man, there's no. Man, there's no.
Wow. Okay, sorry. We had to go a little longer because that was getting good. That was awesome.
I almost made him play the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it when I show people that long cut on the bus because it's a good gap for time.
Yeah.
But understand that like some people, they take their evidence and they combine it like a Wondershare or whatever, as in like this is the whole flow of the conversation. There is no cuts in that file. I did not cut anything in that file. Everything you're hearing right there and then is exactly, and that's not even the complete file. And that was just one file on the trail of Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. So, and I tell everybody, check Neal's work. See if Neal's on bullshit. I don't mind. What you're going to do is you're going to lay down. I'm going to tell you how to do it to see if Neal's on bullshit, okay? You go to his YouTube channel, find it on, I believe it's under direct communication. Find that part, cut it out, and put it on, and then reverse it again. See if Neal's on bullshit. It's something that is really going on where, like, when we're making conversation, we're trying to reach out to the great beyond, ethereal realm, we are getting a lot of our answers in reverse. So we have to start paying attention to that, and so that we can once again put together the puzzle pieces so we can try to answer why this place is being haunted. What's the real history of this house here? Why is this spirit of this woman in this house? She's going to start putting out those puzzle pieces with you with your recording devices.
Yeah,
That's
that
makes a lot more sense
100%.
after watching that.
Now, those photos that you sent me of that graveyard, is that from the same place?
No, that's another
Okay.
graveyard. Yeah, you guys can pull up the first one if you want. We can talk about it. All right. So that, once again, that was taken last year. Okay. No, 2 years ago. This one was taken 2 years ago on my tours at night. Once again, it's the people who are on the tours that gain my evidence. This is at a place called Archerwood Cemetery, known for a crying lady at the entrance of the cemetery. Nobody knew about this until I started bringing groups out here. This place has so many shadow people inside this cemetery. It's amazing to me how many shadow people are truly inside this cemetery. So you can see if you blow it up just a little bit, you're going to see where like two of them are running side by side or
Oh yeah, right there. I see the legs. Yeah. Right next to it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And majority of all those shadow people pictures I sent you is from this cemetery right here.
Here's another one that we pulled up.
So that's at the gate of that cemetery. Could this be the lady that's crying at the entrance, as known to be at the entrance of that cemetery? You can see it's floating out.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. Then we got this one right here,
standing right next to my bus.
There it is. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yep, that's crazy. Wow.
In this cemetery here, Archerwood Cemetery, this has so many shadow people. And ladies and gentlemen, if you come out on one of the tours, I'm not promising, but there's a very good chance you're going to get a lot of this really cool evidence as you go along. And that Archerwood Cemetery, it's an amazing place. Some of the stories. Have you ever heard the story of Resurrection Mary?
No.
So actually, Resurrection Mary's story is the most famous story in all of Chicagoland, about a girl who is hitchhiking at night. Like, we've all heard these stories, you know, where like people see these women in white. They're out on the side of a road, right?
Just right up from the street from us.
There's actually one, not
Right
a lie,
from where
like
I
maybe
live.
about 15, 20 minutes from
10
here.
10 minutes.
Maybe 10 minutes, yeah. There's a
Yeah.
lady that was seen walking on the road in a white dress.
It's like
And supposedly her husband never showed up at her wedding and she drowned herself.
she walked down the road, committed suicide.
Yep.
And if you stop, she'll get in your back seat. There's different things. She'll scream, she'll cry, and then you'll turn around and look again, and she's gone.
Right.
But the door will open.
Right. And so the story that you're talking about right now is very similar to the story that we have in Chicago. And I once again, I research a lot of these stories, and from my personal point of view, a lot of these stories, why that's possibly happening is, number one, that's on a ley line. That is definitely on a ley line. Think of a ley line, and you guys know what ley lines are.
Yep.
Is that, think of a ley line like this, and they get activated with environment. Okay? Think of it as a faucet. On a certain day at a certain hour, maybe an anniversary, these large lanes that we actually call Archer Avenue in the Chicagoland area, think of it as a faucet that gets turned on. And maybe on that one day, that little dribble of water is coming out. And that as paranormal, supernatural, right? But on a day that the environment is just totally awesome and in the right space and the right time, that faucet's turned on all the way. And when that faucet is turned on all the way, that's when we start getting all of these different spirits that are coming out. Because we have activated the ley line. And it has to be when the environment's just right. You can get it where it's like at 20% or 50%, but when you get that 100%, things like those shadow people, they just start getting activated and you're able to see them better. I hope that made sense.
No, that makes
It
sense
does.
100%. Yeah, no, I agree 100% with what we
So
did.
good thing to like verify like some of the stuff is I deliver tractors for a living, and I deliver in this area and a lot of the area surrounding it, and I deliver to Wallingford, and there's been people that live on that street that I deliver to. They go, "Oh yeah, that's real. That story is 100% real." And there's a couple of them that wouldn't even drive up the street after dusk. They will not drive down that street because they don't want to see that.
And there's a few more stories that are almost similar to that in Connecticut too, in other areas. There's one I think in Higginham, with someone that was also stood up at the altar, and she committed suicide. And then there was another one with a man I believe
That was the one in
that's
Hampton.
the one
No.
in the man was the one in Hamden area or something like that,
Yeah.
where he was walking along a waterway and he just decided to jump in the lake and drown himself. And
then
all
there,
these things are seen.
White Lady Cemetery.
Yep, you have White Lady Cemetery, the same thing. So I agree 100%. It's just all, like you said.
Turn that faucet on.
Yeah.
So what happens is a lot of these things, like your story that's going on, they start off as stories somewhere in time. Okay, there's a reason and a rhyme because of what's going on, and what that means is at one time somebody came up with this story.
Folklore,
For maybe
yeah.
something really happened, okay? Or they embellished it through time. Now we'll get back to the ley lines. Have you guys ever heard of a thing called Topa effect?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I believe that a lot of these things with the ley lines, that the more we talk about a Topa effect is when we continually draw forth that story and we continually talk about it and we put out that energy into these storylines, right? We are making the apparition happen. We are bringing something to life. Because our original story, the one in Chicago called Resurrection Mary, the origin story is a BS story. It was a story that was brought over because think about it, back in the late 1800s, 1900s, what we got? We got large amounts of immigration that came into every city and state, right? So what happens with that? That they bring in all their old folklore stories, right?
Yep.
So for me, I believe that a story was made to deter young ladies from not going out late at night. Because our original story was about a young girl similar to yours that was at a dance hall with the man that she was going to marry. She was in love with him. But they got into an argument like all young people do, right? And she was distraught. She ran out of this dance hall called the Old Henry Ballroom. She ran out into Archer Avenue, and supposedly it was raining and thundering, and she got hit by a car, and she died instantly. The fire department, the police department were called. They found out who the lady was, so they called the parents to identify the body. The parents identified her, and then she was buried into a cemetery called Resurrection Cemetery, not very far, about a half a mile away. But here's the thing, when you do your research to see if these people really existed, you're going to find out either yay or nay on that.
Yep, exactly.
There's no true identity to this girl on the origin story. There are 3 girls that are believed to be Resurrection Mary, but they all have their own different origin story to possibly be in Resurrection Mary. But our original story was about a young girl who got hit by a car on a stormy night after getting into an argument with her boyfriend. So what happens is, the more we talk about it, I believe that this story was put out there so girls would not go out late at night smoking and drinking and partying. These are the ramifications of what's going to happen. To deter these young ladies from doing that back in the day, it was a different mentality than you and I have. So if
it's almost like how rumors are started. Say one person says something, next thing you know, it gets to the next person. Next thing you know, the story gets bigger. Next thing you know, that story gets bigger. Next thing you know, it's 3 people died in a river.
Back in the day, you used to play with your friends the telephone game. You know, you sit in a circle. One person would say a sentence, and the next person whisper, and when it got back to the person, it'd be totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's why I agree 100%. Research is the number one key thing for a lot of things. Always do the research.
Yep, you're going to find out. And sometimes it takes time because I even to this day, certain things, I find new evidence. Like I told you, these things, when you start investigating them, it's a puzzle piece. It's all a puzzle. Yeah. And once you start really, really sifting through it and you put those pieces in place, you start to get better answers. Like, take for instance, have you guys ever heard of the Watsika Wonder?
No.
Or the Roth House in
yes,
Watsika.
Heard that one. Yes, yeah.
So 2 years ago, this is a story about a young girl back in 1846, a girl by the name of Mary Roth. This is the first documented possession in America. The first documented possession in America. This young girl, from the moment she was born, she was clairvoyant. When she was young, in her 4 years of age, 3-4 years of age, she would start speaking with other things that were inside the room. She would go through these trials and tribulations of going through this clairvoyant ability and acting it out and having these things where she'd be almost like catatonic. Her parents were very worried about it. The neighborhood knew about this. So it was a different mentality, and that's at the time around that middle of 1800s when spiritualism, number one, was coming around. Also, the other thing that was coming around was also psych hospitals. We were at the beginning of psychiatry, right? Mental illness. And all these buildings were being built to house mental illness patients, right? So they were told, hey, put your child into this mental institution. She was being in my opinion, she was being mislabeled because she was clairvoyant as having some kind of epileptic issue or mental issue. And she actually had very strong clairvoyant abilities. So she was placed inside there. And think about yourself if you were like 17, 18 years old and your mom and dad did away with you and put you in this old stone building. Well, actually, they were new back in the day. But these stone buildings where like you would be placed in a cold tub and then in a hot tub. And then if you acted out, you'd be placed in a crib. When I say a crib, I mean like a small crib.
Yeah, the small, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
People are placed in those things for days, or you'd be tied into a chair for months. And they would just be very, very thinking that you're going to snap out of it. I'm sorry, but that's more traumatic than anything.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
That's traumatizing real bad.
Yeah, very bad. So this girl, she died around 18 years of age.
Oh, man.
At this mental institution. Fast forward about 14, 15 years, a young lady by the name of Laurency Venom in the same neighborhood was having the same clairvoyant abilities. The father of the first girl, Asa Roth, he met the family and said, hey, I made a mistake. I gave my daughter away to this thing, and I'm hearing that you guys are thinking about doing the same things. He said, can you bring her over to our house? He goes, can we work with her for a second? I have this doctor. His name's Dr. E. Winchester Stevens. He was a hypnotist as well as a doctor. So he brought this girl, Laurency Venom, inside the house. She was going through catatonic, clairvoyant abilities as well. And he hypnotized her. While he hypnotized her, different spirits were cycling in and out and in and out all throughout the day. Until one moment, Mary Roth came through, our first girl we were talking about. She identified everybody inside the room. She identified her father, Asa Roth. She identified her mother, Dorothy Roth. Started talking about family secrets. She used to be a cutter back when she was alive. She used to cut her arm to relieve the pain. And so she says, this isn't my arm. My arm's in the grave. And they're all like, what? And she, Venom, did not know how to play the piano. But Mary Roth did. She started playing the piano in the house. She would take envelopes and put them on her head and know exactly what was inside.
Oh, boy.
Yes, this is all documented true story.
Damn.
So
Awesome.
2 years ago with my ghost company, we did a thing called the Seance on the grounds of there because they were spiritualists. And I had over 150 customers out there, and we filmed a documentary called The Seance on the outside grounds there. It was one of the most, and I'm not lying to you guys, I'm not trying to pull you, emotional things that has ever happened to me in my life. Me and a guy by the name of Larry Eisler III and Diette Renee, she was the psychic medium for the night, and we did that, and the emotions that were coming out while she was in the seance with the round table, I had it where like we had our first round table, which had Diette in it, with 10 people at the table. Then I had 20 people holding hands around the next level, then 30 or 40 more of going around the next circle as well. And the raw emotions that was going out, it was unbelievable. So then, a year later, I get an email, from the relatives of our second girl, Laurency Venom. 6 or 7 girls who were all great-granddaughters of Laurency Venom, and they didn't find out about this story till 10 years ago. And so they asked to come out to one of the things. I said, yeah, well, hell yeah, I want to meet you guys. I want to test you. I want to see what's going on. So they came out, and then two of them decided that they'd come out again for another filming of the Seance 2. And we filmed the Seance 2, and one of the ladies, I wish I would have sent you this picture. Oh my God. Or I'll send it to you later today.
Yeah,
Where
definitely.
she looked like our first girl, Mary Roth. When Mary Roth was inside the body of a Lorancy Venom, she was inside the body and told everybody she would be in the body for 100 days until Lorancy Venom soul would come back while it was in heaven. So for 100 days, she was inside this home, inside of a human host body that was not hers.
Wow.
So getting back to the picture, this lady looked just like Mary Roth, but she was the great granddaughter of Lorancy Venom. It puts forth the question, when we all of a sudden get a thing that's called a walk-in, where it's a spirit walks into a human host body, does it kind of change the DNA of that human host body? And if it does, is it changing it to the characteristics? Because remember, your soul, your entity, your essence is still a characteristic of your past life before you passed. So now all of a sudden you get Mary Roth inside this body who still has her characteristics, her way of life, right? And she's walking maybe like Mary Roth. Maybe she had a limp, we'll say. But then now all of a sudden she starts maybe somehow, because she's in there, she's causing the DNA to change within the body. And if this is going on, is this something that happens when we have a walk-in or a possession or an attachment for long periods of time, like this one for 100 days?
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's mind blowing. That's wild. That really is. Wow.
Yeah, if you ever see it, I'm gonna send you guys the pictures after this, because it's amazing the likeness that this lady has to our original girl, Mary Roth, and the other granddaughter, how she looks just like Lorancy Venom.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just amazing.
Does it take? Can you upload it if he sends it?
I could probably put it on our I can put it on our page after. Definitely send it to us when we get to the hotel tonight. We'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll send it to you guys right after I'm done with this. I'll send it to you through Messenger.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. But that's another one of the stories. Like me, we're doing an event on September 26th in Watseka, Illinois. Me, Chris Fleming, Diet Renee, and some other people that we're going to have there. We're going to the old Courthouse Museum in Watseka. You guys can check it out on my Facebook page or my website. And I'll be doing that. I'll be talking about miracles and benevolence. Chris is going to be talking about something else.
Nice.
Haunting on Park Lane. And Diet's going to be doing a gallery reading at this place. And we're going to be renting out the Roth House as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. So let everyone know where they can find your events, your social media accounts, and all that stuff that's watching right now.
Yeah. So you can go to Facebook and just go to Graveside, SIDE, paranormal. You see a big red hand. And you're going to know that that's the spot. Actually, I changed up the cover. You'll see me on the cover page now. And you can go to gravesideparanormal.com for all the events that we're having. We're having many events this year. One of the things that we're doing is this thing called Spookeasy 3. It's where I made it into a circus, like a horror circus mentality.
That's
I'll be
awesome.
the ringmaster. We're going to have people out there. Archbishop Christina Rake, you might have known her from the Travel Channel. She's been on Ghost Hunters. She's a demonologist. She's going to be talking about evil stories. I'm going to have it where there's another guy who's going to bring in a haunted museum. Nice. We're going to make it very circus-like mentality. That'll be in the Chicagoland area as well. And all of our regular tours as well. So, are you okay?
Yeah,
I had a Charlie horse.
I was like, what just happened?
Sorry, I had to walk away because I have a bad knee. Sometimes in my back muscle, I get Charlie horses.
Got to stretch, man. Stretching is one of the most important things.
Yeah, I drive for a living, so stretching is hard because I sit in a truck all day.
Yeah.
Well, I do get in and out.
I was going to say, stretch before you get in the truck.
Yeah.
Stretch when you get out of the truck.
That's why I had to get up. I'm sorry. It killed me.
That's a hard living being a truck driver, man. You see, like, I guarantee you would have loved. I don't know if you listen to Coast to Coast AM nowadays with George Norrie, but that's the thing that keeps you awake on those roads.
Yeah.
Because I remember
So
I was at midnights.
so I was, I know it's off subject, but I was talking to a guy. He's he was a professor, scientist, and everything, and he's like, a lot of people overlook people that drive for a living, and they say that 8 hours of driving is more than like 10 to 15 hours of like hard physical labor, because staring out the window driving drains your body more.
I believe
because
you.
of So
I totally
like,
believe it because I remember when I was younger, in my 20s, I would take my kids on road trips to Disney World, right? And that's like a 20-something hour ride, right? And I used to be able to do that, right? Nowadays, if I drive 3 hours, man, my eyes start going back and forth, and like I get tired really quick.
It's exactly what we have to do tonight. As soon as the show's over,
we're driving 3.5 hours.
We got 3.5 hours tonight, and then our 3.5 hours tomorrow morning.
That's why God created man who created a 5-hour energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're heading out to Crescent this weekend, so we're excited. Sanatorium.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yep. But well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. This was awesome. A lot of knowledge and a lot of cool things. The video was incredible.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
blew my
play
mind.
that. I'm gonna play the rest of it as soon as we're done talking, so people can see the rest of that video, the 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to stop.
I mean, how about hold on? Let's just, before we say goodbye to you, let's play the rest of that video, and then you can, tell everybody about
I
the
already
rest
did
of
that. We're social media where they can find them and all that stuff.
Oh,
I already
no,
asked them
but I'm
that.
saying
Oh yeah,
play the rest
yeah.
of
We'll play that.
video.
We'll play that video. Yeah.
We were at what, 2 minutes?
Yeah, it was all right.
Irish sing us at the way here's the Sima. Man, there's no. Suck with sign out. Sing it long hair, no ye. Sure, feels me. You've got your one, your man, what's the dead there. Not even that. You're right, too.
Angel Michael. Unexplained.
We are the one. We are the one.
Let me tell you. It's just.
Man, there's no. Well, there was never. Well, there was. Said I don't so happy. Said they're fair up, slip up, seriously. Seriously.
Reinforcing energy.
Hurry, hurry now.
And just take.
Man, there's no. Man, there's no.
Can you close your eyes?
Saw the race in the air. Here it's innocent that this not home. Where is it? Right. Rather want it. Hurry, if that's no one. Saw the way no. No fear about it. No fear of getting lost dead. And I must say that it's sad to see what
Is this?
Stay wrong, but this is you wrong, but
I could use the practice.
isn't that silly? You don't know. Doing your song. Not that I'm there alone.
Away some of your ear tape.
Yeah, and this one's the silver. Sure, please, there, man. I am in the man.
Nice. Just
I am for the man.
window.
Man, or yeah. Yeah, I can't consider you outside name. Hey, sure, we were sure, we were not like as we sit.
Thank you. So,
Fire, I deal with it.
Nice.
Come on, Linda. Yeah, that's not the way to. We're starting right.
That
Wow.
is absolutely just wild.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I had to play the full 5 minutes.
That's fine. I mean, I appreciate it. I really do. You know, just getting that message out to people to just try to listen to what when they're asking the questions. If it sounds like something's going on, it's kind of loud and good, put in your Audacity program. Check it out. It might be trying to communicate with you, so the next time you go there and say, "Hey, you answered the question this way," and I want to find out more on that, and then maybe it'll continue on.
You know, it made me think of like back in the day, my uncle used to we play like an old school like heavy metal or rock and roll
Yeah.
vinyl backwards. It would you're listening
Sounds
to the
demonic.
music, but if you would play it backwards, it would speak the devil or something. You know, it just made me
Yeah.
think of that because like you never think of okay, if someone's giving you a message this way, if you reverse it, what would it say?
Right. Yep. I mean, that's actually the way that I thought about it. Is like when we were kids, we would take an album and do it backwards.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, this is just like when you're playing an album backwards.
Yep.
And so that's what we did, man. This was everything I get in life is all accident, and it just happens when it happens. And
Yeah.
this was accident. I wasn't looking for this. This is some years back, and it just happened the way it happened.
That is crazy.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with
Yeah.
us. And thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. It was awesome to have you on. And for everybody
you, guys.
watching, head to Chicago.
Yeah.
Check out these ghost tours by Graveside Paranormal.
Yeah.
See Neal. He's got a lot of amazing things to tell you and show you in Chicago.
I know, right?
Yeah,
they're
it's-
going to have to. Well, we already know I got to get on a plane.
Yeah.
We heard that.
We got a
last
lot of
week.
stops we got to do in the next couple of years. And I think Chicago's definitely going to be one of them.
I don't do planes, but I got told last week by Patty that I have to get on a plane, and everybody else says I have to get on a plane. So Chicago's going to be one of
Chicago's going to be it.
Sounds
But,
good to me, boys.
Have a great weekend. Have a good night. And thank you again for coming on. And we'll talk soon.
Yeah, you guys drive safe to your
Thank
brothers.
you. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you.
God bless each and every one of you.
You
God
too.
bless you too.
Have a good night.
All right, bye-bye, guys.
Right. All
Oh,
right.
wow, that was incredible.
That was crazy.
So, Steven, to answer your question, we are actually on our way to Scranton tonight. We're going to be staying at the Radisson. Then we're going to get up in the morning and finish the rest of the tour.
Yeah.
But that's why we started a little early tonight. We got to hit the road. We're heading to one of our all-time favorite bucket list locations.
You know, and to speak of this bucket location,
Okay, so
last time we went to the Dawes house, we got off the exit and we saw a sign that said Crescent. I said, Mike, is that the Crescent that I think it is? He
yes,
goes, I don't know. Look it up. I'm
it
like,
is.
well, I'm driving. You look it up because I was driving. He looked it up and he says, turn left. It's like a half a mile off the exit. We drove up to the gate. It was shut off. And then there was a sign that said, if you entered, you'll be arrested and blah, 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 blah. We couldn't get a hold of the previous owner. So I said, Mike, let's find a back road because it's mountains that's high up where we can look down. I don't know what road. I don't even know you call it a road.
Oh, you're lucky. It's only 3.5 hours for you, Stephen.
We drove for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm trying to
down.
figure out how to find this place.
And there was one point where it sign said, "Take next left.
Yeah.
Road ends."
Yep.
And literally, it was a dirt road. It was like a hunting trail or something. I don't know. But we went down, and where we took a left, if you looked, it was like literally where it dropped off.
Yep.
So after 3.5 hour tour trying to find this place, driving it past it many years, we could actually say
Yeah.
that
I mean,
we
we
are on our way.
originally had this place booked.
Yes.
But we got
Yeah.
an email the week of because of a certain group,
Yeah,
good friends
I
of
will
ours.
say.
I don't know if they're probably not watching, but
If they
Project
are,
Fear decided to show up the weekend we were supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So,
we got booted.
and then of course we see them the following month in New Jersey, and
And
they're
not
like,
even a
"Oh,
month. It was 3 weeks.
oh,
later.
you should have joined us." Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like we knew
Yeah.
you were going to be there.
But now, thanks to our good friend Brittany,
Yep.
she invited us. Stephen Kometz from Digging Deeper Paranormal, he's going to be there. I want to thank her so much for inviting us, and we finally can check off that bucket list location. And I think we're ready to roll. Check us out. We're going to be live tomorrow night. Don't forget on Facebook. Definitely going to be live on Facebook on our Facebook page. And since she invited us, can you all do us a huge favor and head over to Flood City Paranormal Research Society? Hit that follow button. Hit that like button. They're on YouTube too, I believe. I'm not sure. It's Brittany's new team. They're the ones that are hosting the event tomorrow night and asked us to come, and we're more than excited to be there.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
And we might just have to drive by the Doss house and take a selfie because
oh yeah, we absolutely love that place, guys. If you're listening to Doss House, Pennsylvania, check it out. Another amazing
Book it.
place.
Okay,
We're
now.
there Thanksgiving weekend for 2 nights.
I know. Can you believe 2
Steven,
nights?
you're going to be with us there, and we got our good friend Rachel Bradley going to be joining us. So it's going to be another fun weekend there. Check out all our.
Yes,
It's a weekend. Yeah, it's a weekend.
2 nights.
Yep, 2 nights. So check out all our social media. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that follow button. Check out all the events we're coming up to. We got one. We got one coming up in Sturbridge, October 3rd. That's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have our merch there. We're gonna set up, come say hi, hang out, enjoy the event. And
next year, Adam has to get on a plane.
oh yeah, let's not forget about one more thing we're doing in
Oh, yeah.
September.
Oh,
It's
with
actually
that
sold
special
out.
person.
Actually sold out.
With Patty and
Yeah, we're
The
heading
Ghost
down
Adventures.
to Penhurst for paranormal nights with Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're gonna
Patty.
see us there if you bought tickets. We can't wait to see you. It's gonna be another awesome night.
if you didn't, I'm sure there's going to be many more, and I'm sure we just might have to go because it's a favorite location.
And then another bucket list location. We
Can
have
you
the
believe
pleasure
this?
in September. Reach out to us about hosting an event at their place, and that is the SK Pierce Mansion in our Massachusetts. And we sell tickets out for that. In 3 weeks, we sold tickets out for that.
Everybody that bought tickets,
You guys,
you know,
killed it.
that means a lot to us. We do this to get everybody to these awesome locations.
Even my computer's like, you guys are done. Get off.
They did that last week.
I know it did.
Hold on. Did okay.
Okay.
There you go.
But so with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up. We got a road trip ahead of us. We're gonna head out now.
Yeah.
We'll see you all soon. Thank you all so much for the love and support. You guys are amazing. We will be back next month. We're gonna do 2 shows in September, and the first one, September 4th, we got our very good friend Joe Renone from Paranormal New England. We call him the EVP specialist.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that.
Because if you have an EVP and you think it's the best, send it to him.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing. So with that being said, everyone, have a great night. Stay tuned to our Facebook page because we will be live tomorrow night from Crescent Sanatorium and Prison, and we are excited. And remember what we say, stay positive, Stay curious. Stay extreme. We love you all. See you soon.
Love you guys. Thanks for the love and support.